Hey, how's it going, dudes and dudettes? Brad the Guitarologist here. I'm coming to you from a weird angle you guys aren't used to seeing because I've got a weird topic I wanted to discuss. Today's video is sponsored by Native Sons Goods, makers of the highest quality woven guitar, bag, and camera straps you'll ever see. Native Sons straps are handmade one at a time in the USA with unparalleled love and care. Click the link in the description to check out their new expanded lineup featuring all new 3-inch guitar straps. And remember, when you support my sponsor, you support this channel, and I sure appreciate it. What the hell are you? Brad the Guitarologist here. It is time once again for Shitpost Friday. Now let's check my channel dashboard and let's see how my latest 4th grader school assignment video is doing here, where I did a video with my daughter. Oh, it's ranked 10 out of 10. Boy, I wonder why it's so low. Well, geez, they want me to help it make it better for creators. They want to really know how I feel. I won't hold back. Every now and then, you know, as a creator, we get up at the top where we can click to take a survey. You know, I'm kind of loath to click on these surveys and actually take them, because one time, and this really happened, one time I actually clicked on the survey and took it, and then after that I noticed my algorithm just took a dive, and I was real negative in the survey too. I was like, man, you guys are shit, basically. I was saying, you're not treating creators right and this and that. And yeah, like very soon after that, immediately pretty much, my algorithm took a dive. Like somebody who read it and just said, well, I'll show you, or something like that. Now, I don't know if that really happens. Maybe it does. When something coincides with something like that, you know, you're always wondering, I wonder if somebody read that and then just, flipped a switch or something. But anyway, yeah, so you get these every now and then, these surveys, and they're kind of lame. I've only gone through one page of this so far, and I thought, why am I not filming this so you guys can see what these surveys are like if you haven't taken one before. And also, so I could share my thoughts directly with my audience so you guys can understand why I think YouTube is up in a lot of cases, and how they could make this site a hell of a lot better with very few changes. Here's one already. I said I disagree slightly. I didn't even say I disagree completely. I just said slightly that YouTube is the best for creators. And the reason I said slightly is because, there's no real competition. There's not a great deal of competition where you can go and be kind of reasonably ensured that, the ad revenue will kind of be there, or the audience will kind of be there. There are other websites that you can upload your stuff to, but stuff like BitChute, there's like Dailymotion and other websites too that accept video uploads. But you're not necessarily guaranteed any kind of ad revenue, and you're definitely not guaranteed an audience. Google right now, at least, Google is the largest search engine on the planet still, and YouTube is one of the largest websites, period. Although that actually has changed. There was a video I watched, those videos where it shows data, like through the last, 20 or 30 years or whatever, like since the 1990s, like the top websites in the world, like the top 10 or 15 or whatever websites in the world for the last 30 years. And it starts out, and it's all these little websites that you long forgot about, like AOL.com and MSN, and all these things are at the top, kind of fluctuating and everything. And here in the last, 10 years or so, you see YouTube kind of rise up and just completely take over, along with Facebook and a handful of other websites as the largest in the world. And then, and it's just growth, just in one direction, growth, until 2019, and both Facebook and YouTube started going backwards, and they started following the trend that so many other websites have followed, where they just start, we're going backwards now, we're falling off, and eventually they just go straight to the bottom, and then you never hear about them again. And it's kind of like MySpace, and at one point, MySpace comes up and it kind of rises up, and it's like, oh, I'm MySpace. I'm big, I'm badass, and this whole social media thing, and then, oh God, what happened? And then they're gone. But it looks like YouTube, they better, man, honestly, YouTube, if any of you guys watch this, I really hope that you take some of this stuff to heart. So many much bigger creators than me. I'm just 80,000. I'm tiny by comparison to so many other enormous creators with millions of subscribers, and you should take heed to this. If that data is to be trusted, and you did really start to fall backwards in 2019, which I think is true, You should really take a long, hard look at yourselves and change tack. And I think that's why you saw Mark Zuckerberg recently, where he actually completely changed tack.
Now, some people believe that giving more people a voice is driving division rather than bringing people together. More people across the spectrum believe that achieving the political outcomes that they think matter is more important than every person having a voice and being heard. And I think that that's dangerous. We can either continue to stand for free expression, understanding its messiness, but believing that the long journey towards greater progress requires confronting ideas that challenge us.
Man, this is some bullshit!
You know, it was, we're not going to allow this on our site, we're not going to allow this on our site. And then the other day he gave this speech talking about free speech. You know, how he's all for free speech now. I think we should err on the side of free speech. And speaking of which, that's kind of what I say here. This is why I disagree slightly. YouTube has taken up the habit lately of demonetizing, shadow banning, and throttling both my content and the content of some of the creators I know. You have taken down some channels entirely, which is appalling to me, and it is absolutely appalling. I don't care if you're Alex Jones or who the hell you are, even if you have despicable views. I mean, nobody is forcing people or strong-arming or twisting their arms to go watch these people. Who gives a damn what they say? Who cares? Dude, just err on the side of free speech. You've taken down some channels entirely, which is appalling to me. YouTube should not be in the business of deciding what content wins and loses. It should seek to create a platform which errs on the side of free speech, equality of opportunity, and real organic growth, and not seek to social engineer at the behest of some of the most marginal of people who will never be pleased anyway, no matter what you do. You know, these little Portlandia, San Francisco, soy milk drinking idiots who, you know, you have been listening to for these past few years. You know, stop listening to these people. I don't understand what you've got a huge swath of the United States, at least, who doesn't give a damn what they think. You know, obviously, we don't give a damn. We watch what we want to watch. We seek out the content we want to seek out. Sometimes you've made it impossible to even do that, which I suspect is why your stuff is going backwards now, you know? Not even to mention the market cap issue that you had earlier this year, where you lost billions in your market cap. That's one of the reasons that probably Facebook is changing tack as well. Thinking about how YouTube communicates and supports creators, how strongly do you agree or disagree with the following statement? YouTube offers transparent communication. Holy Jesus. You offer no communication whatsoever. I have to go to f***ing Twitter. I don't want a Twitter account. Okay? I don't want any of the drama that goes on Twitter. I don't want any of that crap. You know, I get enough of that on Facebook. If I had never set up my Facebook, I'd probably be a happier person, honestly. I'd have more time on my hands. I'd be happier. I'd get more shit done. Facebook doesn't show my stuff to anybody anyway. But you're making me go to like other websites to like contact somebody directly. You know, you have a support team, but they're over on f***ing Twitter. Why the f*** are they on Twitter? Why are they not right here on this platform where I can go communicate to somebody? For Christ's sake, why doesn't somebody pop up if I type in a question, you know, somewhere on your site? You put up this video over on the creator page. You know, you put these and sometimes they're just there's such a bunch of pandering bullshit. You know, and the comments are all saying this. It's like you guys are just f***ing pandering. You don't act like you even know what the hell's going on your own website by putting this stuff up. There was this black lady, and she was talking about, I don't know, she must have been some kind of like race studies graduate or something. I don't know what her deal was, but she was like talking about, oh, how much better it'll be for you if you diversify your content, like telling us what our content should be, like telling us we should hire like black cameramen or something, I guess.
Hi, I'm Dr. Natoki Ford, founder and CEO of FlySide Enterprise, an education and media consulting firm focused on leveraging the power of storytelling to promote social change. If you're looking for ways to make your content more inclusive and appeal to a broader audience, then you are watching the right video. We're going to cover tips on how your YouTube channel can foster greater inclusion and show you how your channel can be a force for good. I've partnered with YouTube to develop tools that build build awareness about the importance of diverse representation and help empower creators to produce more inclusive videos. Before we jump in, it's important to talk about the difference between diversity and inclusion. Diversity means different voices can be represented, but inclusion means all those different voices are actually being heard. It's presence versus power. But this is a great opportunity to use your own channel to increase inclusion.
I don't know what the point of that video was, but it was I was offended, honestly, a little bit by it. I was like, what are you talking about? And it's like I clicked on it because I was genuinely curious. It's like, how can I improve? How can I improve my reach? Okay, what do you guys suggesting I do now? And it was like suggesting that I diversify my. I'm a one-man show. Well, how the f am I supposed to diversify anything, first of all? And second of all, if I did have like a cameraman and like an editing team and all this stuff like some of them do, it's like, why do you care what the color of those people? I don't get it. Man, it was the dumbest, most asinine bunch of bullshit I'd ever seen. And you do it constantly. You're putting up crap like that over on the creator page. So don't hand us this bullshit. So yeah, I absolutely strongly disagree. I can't talk to a one of you. You don't seem to give a damn either. Thinking specifically of YouTube's tools and features, how strongly do you agree with the following statements? YouTube is the primary place for me to nurture my fan base and community. I strongly agree. For me, it is the primary place to nurture my fan base and community. It's where I've grown a community. So I will give you that. YouTube is a leader in the innovative technology for creators. I would agree with that slightly, although sometimes your innovations just take things backwards, and so you're f***ing it up. You were doing so well for a little while, then you just start f***ing things up. And then sometimes it goes up and down. Sometimes things get, it feels like it's getting better. It feels like it's getting, and then somebody will go shoot up a mosque or something, and then we head back the other f***ing direction, like 90 miles an hour. You know what I mean? Just because of why. What did the CIA call you or something and say, oh, you got blah, blah, blah. This is high-level intelligence. That must be what it is, because you guys go so fast in the other direction whenever some bullshit like that happens. One idiot, not an evil fuck, who obviously doesn't speak for the rest of us, who has nothing to do with the rest of us, who might carve something in his stock or something, that references one of us. And you think it matters? That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean jack. And I know you got to pose and you got to try to make this public display like, oh, we're doing something about it. We're doing something about it. But no, you're just making shit worse for your creators. You're not helping yourselves. You're going to end up falling off the bottom of that chart anyway if you don't watch it. I don't want that to happen to YouTube. I can count on YouTube to do the right thing for its hell no. You serious? For all the reasons I just mentioned. YouTube allows me as a creator to express my creativity. No, you know what? I just made a video that I thought was one of the most charming, coolest videos I've ever made on my channel. And it featured my daughter. And she had this, she's a 4th grader. She's 9 years old. She had this assignment, and I had to make a musical instrument with her. And I don't know if it's because of, what is it, the new COPA legislation? Is that what it's called? The COPA legislation, the Child Online Protection Act. I don't know if you guys are getting all spooked by this or what the deal is, but man, you know what? That was like, when you look at the top 10 videos of mine, let me see if I can find it. If you look at the top 10 videos, it's like last. So I'll show you here. And this is like insult to injury, okay? Insult to injury right here. Okay, ranking by views, 10 of 10. My 4th grader's school assignment, and it's a class project. It's like I'm building a musical instrument with my daughter. It's like and a lot of my audience said this is the most charming, coolest video you've ever done. It shows you're a real dad. We need more of this kind of stuff. It's my favorite content of yours ever. I've gotten a lot of that kind of commentary. And then it's like 10 of 10. It's way down at the bottom, and it's an outlier. Like it's not even close to the next one up. So you're obviously doing something with it. And it's not the thumbnail. And look at this. People are watching this video longer than usual, but it's appealing to a smaller audience. Well, why is it appealing to a smaller audience? I wonder why. Look at where it is down here. Okay? Lower click-through rate in the first. We recommend your video on YouTube. It gets clicked 4% of the time instead of the usual 5 to 7%. Well, guess what? That 4% was like 10% early on, and it just kept going down, 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 because I suspect you're only showing it to the same small group of people again and again to try to get your numbers up and try to get that percentage down. That was at like 10%, and just a little bit earlier today, it was at 5%. So I'm reading something like, we recommend your video on YouTube. It gets clicked 5% of the time instead of the usual 5% of the time. It's like, are you even trying to lie? Are you even trying to lie anymore? Because it's definitely not working when you pull that kind of shit. Your viewers watch an average of 13 minutes and 47 seconds. That is 46 seconds longer than usual. We'll look at this in analytics. I'll show you. I may actually be having a good month or something here. Let's see. Let's go to reach. Click-through rate. Look, 4.1% is my click-through rate for the last 28 days. So I don't know what you're talking about with that 5 to 7%. But look here. Okay, 5.1 million impressions, 4% click-through rate, 10-minute average view duration. Okay, that's on all my videos. 10 minutes. That's almost exactly 10 minutes average view duration, and that's been very steady. And I think it's very good average view duration, actually. That's probably pretty damn good considering most of the other content on YouTube. 10 minutes people watch my videos on average. Seems like you might suggest them a little bit more often, especially to some new people. You know, I think what you're doing also is you've actually clamped down on my audience. The growth of my channel has really slowed down over the last few months, and I think, you know, it's looking okay right there, but I mean, that's compared to, like, you know, some months I've had like 2,600, 3,000, 4,000 subscribers, and it's because you guys actually went out of your way and recommended it to some new people, you know, which I'm not complaining about. I grow it organically, that's fine. You know, I'm not expecting you to flood it out to a bunch of new people that aren't going to watch most of my stuff anyway. You know, I'm not asking for that, but it'd just be nice if you were honest. I mean, 10 minutes and 1 second is my average view duration, and yet, you know, if I go to that specific video, look, 13 minutes and 59 seconds, which is very damn good. I mean, some of these that did a hell of a lot better have way lower average view duration. I mean, here's a video right here, for instance. Look at this. This video I shot, oh wait a minute. This one, the crazy yard sale hoarder thing, that keeps popping up every now and then, and it gets more impressions than my new video. So, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I understand you guys are trying to maximize your profits, and you think that, you know, algorithmically this is the way to do it. Like, to throw up a bunch of my really old videos that are no longer even representative of where my content is today. That's the problem. You know, you are painting me into a corner of what you want me to be instead of what I want to become. You know, I might make this channel way better, and you're hemming me in to try to repeat the same thing over and over again. You know, and a lot of creators, I think, feel constrained by this, and they end up doing that. They start repeating themselves over and over again because it seems to be what the algorithm rewards. If I go left field and I try to do something different and make something with a cool project with my daughter, you know, it's either the Childhood Online Protection Act that gets in the way of it, or it's, you know, you don't want anything left field because you want me to stay on this track, that, you know, you want me to keep generating this. So yeah, you're not allowing me to express my creativity as a creator for that reason. You don't understand me? Hell no, you don't understand me as a creator. You know, again, I've tried to tell you this is the direction I want to go a couple different times, and it's like it gets slammed. And it's not because people aren't clicking on my stuff. It's not because my audience isn't. Some of them aren't. But it's because you can strain down to the very most hardcore of my fans that you're even going to show that kind of. If I do a left field video, you will show it to like my most hardcore fans, which may be like a few thousand people. You'll show it to them and only them, you know, and they'll click pretty religiously on my stuff anyway because they just like the stuff that I do regardless. They'll probably follow me if I go way the hell over here and start talking about, because they've just become fans of the channel. And I appreciate them for that, but I can't live on just that core audience. I have to be able to try to expand the audience a little bit and to do some different things, and you don't want me to do that. It inspires me to keep improving. No, you do not. You do not inspire. You actually are inspiring me to want to quit and it's for, again, the reasons I've mentioned. You make it fun to be a creator. No, you do not. You know, I try to take, my dad was sick a few weeks back. I had to go visit him, and I made one video before I left, and it was, I wasn't making content as regularly as I had been, so I think I skipped like a week. So it was like 2 weeks before, in between videos or something like that. And when I came back to try to, you know, start things up again and restart the engines, as it were, you know, coming back into the shop, you know, my algorithm was way down here again. It's like I had to try to build things, and it was like 3 or 4 videos in a row where I was getting like half of the audience that my previous videos were getting. It wasn't because my audience just all of a sudden disappeared. It was because you guys stopped showing them my videos. It's like you had moved on. Your algorithm had just moved on. You're like, oh, I guess he's not doing anything anymore, so you move on. And you think oh, if we punish him, if we just crack the whip and we punish him for taking some time off or something, it'll help us because it'll keep the growth happening. You guys can't be that way. That's like a slave driving employer. That is not why people do YouTube. That's not why. You know, you're becoming the very thing I think a lot of creators have wanted to escape. That's why working for themselves has been so attractive, because they didn't want some slave driver standing over them cracking a whip. And you guys have done that like a couple different times now, man. If I've taken any kind of short vacation and I try to come back to it, my algorithm's like way the hell down here. And I know I'm not the only one. YouTube values me as a partner. I don't think you. I think you value me only in so. I'm going to say neither agree or disagree. You value me insofar as you can make money off of me, and that's it. I'm a throwaway person to you. You know, especially because I'm a straight heterosexual white male. You know, those things right there make me persona non grata to you people for some reason. If I was some special protected class like you like, you know, it'd be great for you. I think you would value me as a partner then. You know, Susan Wojcicki might even come down here into my basement and make a personal appearance or some shit, you know. And no matter how big I were to ever get on this website, she would never come visit me. You know? So no, you don't value me as a creator. I feel confident about my future. I do not feel confident about my future on YouTube. And it's for a lot of the reasons I've mentioned, mainly because there's some things I want to say. Every now and then I will drop an F-bomb. Every now and then I will say some things that are pretty edgy. I will be very frank. I will be very open. You guys even said, you know, be brutal, be honest. So I'm making this video to be brutal and honest. I bet you this video gets demonetized. I bet you. You asked for it too. You know, you asked for me to be honest. And I bet you this video gets demonetized. How much you want to bet? It's because of some of the things that I've said. You know, some of the little keywords that spook your algorithm. Craziness, dudes. So I strongly disagree with that. Do you create gaming content? No, I do not. I don't create gaming content. I think gaming content's pretty boring. I understand that as a big part of YouTube, but I think it's boring as hell. And I think a lot of the gamers are actually moving to D-Live and some other places because you've screwed it up. Which gender do you most identify with? Oh, how about this? Dragon Lord. That's all the questions that you had? Oh, shit. Well, that was pretty short. Well, it's probably not that short. But I hope you guys understand some of my beefs with YouTube. I hope YouTube actually sees this. I doubt you ever will. Anybody of any import. Certainly Susan Wojcicki will not see this. Maybe one of the little underlings will see it. One of the little minions, you know, in a cubicle somewhere, deep in the belly of the beast, will see it, and they'll you know, scroll down their little checklist, and they'll just uncheck the box that says give this guy some hits and some love. It's so easy for you to do. I know it is. You like to pretend it's all automated, but we know better. We know that it's not entirely automated. You program the algorithm. There are certain parameters that you can tweak. We all know this because we've seen it happen. I've seen it happen with my channel. I don't like to bitch very much, but it was just the fact that this came up. I saw it as an opportunity. Okay, I'm going to voice my opinion. You guys asked for it. You told me to be brutal, so here it is.